Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Country, the virus edition, aka the Pandy Pods,
aka two bros, no garden hose,
aka a fight in the Uber means a short flight for the goobers, and breaking the mask is hastening the casket.
Oh God, come on,
dude! I love Old Zealand, Original Zealand, aka Mike Huddleston. Love you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for contributing. Everybody in this community, we love you guys. Let's get into this story now, and let's just dive because it is. We all need emotional support, and we'll talk about it at the end, but we all need emotional support right now, and I can understand why people are looking to their pets. Pets have, like, very little baggage, you know what I mean? Like,
and the emotional support pet has really come to the forefront in the recent
emotional
years.
support animals have exploded. When we were kids, that did not exist.
No.
I mean, people love their dogs, and, like, if you saw a dog in a sweater, you'd be like, that person has too much time. Now, if you don't see a dog in a sweater, you're like, what are you doing?
Why don't you care about
your dog?
Why do you hate animals?
Exactly. Emotional support animals have gotten, used to be if you brought a dog to a restaurant back in the day.
You were in like Beverly Hills. It was like a really
No. But if you walked up to a restaurant,
there was no day. If you walked up to a restaurant with a dog,
people would be like, "Get out of here!
What are you doing, man?"
They would like shoo it off with a broom. They would
like, "What are you? We have an A rating. What are you
Thanks a
trying
lot.
to do to our rating?"
If that fur gets anywhere near the salad bar, we're fucked.
Now you literally can bring a dog like in a baby Bjorn.
Jay and I were in San Francisco. We're at a late night diner, and a guy walks in a kimono. We were like, Steven Seagal. And then he ordered 2 cheeseburgers. We're like, it is Steven Seagal. You fat piece of garbage. Anyway, the guy had a Chihuahua in a Bjorn that he then took out.
And he puts the dog like so that he can pay and get his food. He puts the dog on the counter.
Dirty feet on the counter. Look, I love my dog. I love dog on a food counter. And like the dog comes over and starts
sniffing our fries. I'm like, hey, you want to?
We were like, do you want to? And the guy behind the counter was like,
yeah, we can wrap your stuff up for you.
We're like, how ironic. Wrap it up.
I'm not asking you to wrap it up. I'm asking you to wrap this thing up.
Yeah, we want to get this dog out of here. We don't want a doggy bag.
Right.
Idiot. I mean, it is a slippery slope because people are starting to bring their dogs everywhere. Like, I can imagine being in a surgery, elective, and the doctor being like, scalpel, drop it. Who's a good nurse? You little guy.
Who's a good nurse?
Slippery slope. Slippery slope, gang. Slippery slope. But people love their animals, and I understand it on a certain level, but then you kind of don't get it. Yeah. Like, when I'll extend emotional support animals to cats.
Right.
We just saw our buddy Dan Van Kirk on a Zoom, and he had a black cat that he was stroking like a James Bond villain, and it looked really nice.
And he seemed very calm about it.
He was calmed by the stroking motion. Okay, I get it. I'll extend it to that.
But we've got
emotional
a story.
support birds, maybe.
Yes.
Ferrets, I don't know if I can go that far, Jay.
Pythons?
You know this story takes place in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
You've heard of emotional support dogs. How about emotional support pythons? That's what we just said, dummies.
There is no thing like that. That's not a thing.
And it may be true, but how can you tell if a snake loves you? I'm asking you, Jay. Can you tell?
Does it
hug you
up?
Does it hug you lighter?
Does it go like
more
against
lightly
you and let you know that it's yours?
Like it's not going to kill you?
Does the little forked tongue come out
Does
and
it lick your face
like a
puppy? I don't know. Does it? So honestly, if
someone tell us, like email us, text us, tweet at us, say this is how a snake shows that it loves you.
Like, am I intuiting that, or is it really I can point to this? Because I know when like my dog loves us and is happy to see me, but like I don't understand how a snake shows joy.
Affection. I don't even know how Jake the Snake Roberts showed affection.
He can't.
He literally
can't at this point.
Ask his daughter.
Well,
beyond the mat.
I mean, here's the thing. While freaking everybody else out, like I love that your snake is giving you comfort, but
nobody feels comfortable when a python's around. They're immediately you tense up and you're like, look.
But maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the point. Maybe you don't want people around you,
right?
So you put the snake. The snake is like a mask. Get the crazy, or it might bring crazy people to you. Can I pet it? No, you cannot pet it.
The snake is like an animal MAGA hat.
According to Fox 10 News, police in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, of course, were performing a DUI stop. Here we go.
Okay.
Wednesday when they encountered an unusual passenger in the driver's car. It's not a passenger. It's not a passenger.
It's not a companion. It's not a buddy. It's an animal that's in the car.
They say the driver was accompanied by what appeared to be a python. You should know what it is at this point. It's one thing to have a python as a pet. It's another thing to designate that python as your emotional support animal.
Well, I think they're just doing that to get out of whatever.
It's an entirely different thing altogether to drink and drive with it wrapped around your neck like a goddamn scarf.
Or an airplane neck pillow.
You think the python wants to drive with you when you're blowing a .2 on the breathalyzer? You think he does?
It didn't want to be there. It didn't ask to be there.
The driver reportedly told officers that the snake was, quote, his emotional support animal.
I'm sure that wasn't slurred at all.
My support animal.
My animal.
Loves me. He loves me. I can touch.
Come here.
Shh. It's okay, baby.
Come here, buddy.
Shh. Nobody's yelling at you. So you guys stop yelling. It's my emotional support animal.
Shut up.
A news clip covering the story includes photos from the scene. In one image, an enormous yellow-green snake is shown sitting comfortably in the passenger seat.
How do they know it's comfortably?
While his head reaches towards the glove compartment, how do you know it's not reaching for a piece? How do you know it's not reaching for a gun?
Snake could be reaching for the gun.
If it can offer emotional support, it can definitely get in there and pick out a piece, discharge a firearm. Another photo shows the officer on the side of the road holding the giant python across both of his eyes. You know, it's fun when you let me hold it. You know what I mean? You held snakes for United States of America.
Held so
you
many
had
snakes
them around you, but they
around
were
my
cool,
neck.
weren't they?
You know, when the guy who was training the snake wrangler,
the snake wrangler,
that guy made me feel like it was going to be okay.
Right.
I was definitely nervous about it.
Why am I trusting you? You don't have custody of your kids.
Yeah, and you're missing like 2 fingers.
Yep. Just going to get drunk and drive my snake around. You guys don't care if that's...
Is that
just
common?
cruise a bit.
Yeah.
Although snakes might seem like an unlikely candidate for an emotional support animal, it's relatively common that they are. I didn't know that. And this is where we have to defer to other people, Jay, right?
I don't know much about snakes. I don't.
We really don't know the story when it comes to snakes. And I'm sure there are people who can hear the snake vibes. Like, I get it when people say, my horse is my friend. Like, I can,
I think horses show their personality. I
have a deep relationship with
yes.
him. I mean, I stop short at the guy who's like, I let my horse have sex with me because then that kills the guy. Feels like everyone crossed the line there, including the horse. Horse could have said no. Horse could have walked away. Horse could have trotted away from that scenario. But I get it when people say they're close to like their exotic birds. Remember our Uncle Bernie had a bird that he loved. And I get it.
Yeah.
According to the website, emotionalsupport.com, there's a compelling case for why snakes might, surprisingly enough, be the perfect pet for this role.
Jesus.
And I really want to hear this case being made.
We're going to lay it out. We're going to lay it out on the other side of this break. Let's take a break.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back with more. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. April 10th, Ryan Sklar is from The Honeydew, is our guest on a live Dumb People Town. Come on, we want to see you guys out there at this show. The cactus blossoms are going to be amazing. These shows are keeping us going, and I know that for a lot of you people, it keeps you guys going too.
We don't know when we're going to be back on the road doing shows. We don't know if we're coming to your town or close to your town.
So this is a great way to do it. Have a fun night out in your house and just enjoy yourself. Go to eventbrite.com.
And it supports us and it supports the show.
It's a great thing. All right, when we left, a man and his emotional support snake got busted for a DUI. Can we blame the snake? Is this like an Adam and Eve Garden of Eden thing? He had drink it. Eat the apple that's been soaked in vodka.
Yes, I don't trust snakes.
So here's why they say snakes
Maybe that's bad marketing in PR.
Here's why they say snakes are good emotional support animals. They're relatively easy to care for and need to be fed infrequently. So naturally, if you don't have to take care of it, it'll give you emotional support, right?
Right. Well, it's not another thing on your list to deal with.
So I'm totally not seeing the logic here, but maybe that's just snake logic, Jay.
Yeah.
The less you take care of them, the more they love you.
Snakes on an emotional plane.
I guess you apply mysteries, sort of principles of dating. You got to neg that snake.
Neg the snake.
Like, will a snake give you more emotional support if you tell it it's fat? These are all things that I want to know. They're naturally hypoallergenic, so they don't have hair or fur, and they're extremely quiet, making them ideal for bringing to public places. Yeah, I think you're glossing over
for being to public spaces. No.
I think you're glossing over the fact that it is a goddamn snake.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't care that it doesn't have fur.
people aren't looking at snakes being like, oh God, thank you for bringing such a quiet animal into this.
Thank you for bringing an animal that's not going to get fur on my yoga pants. No one is saying that. And by the way, snakes do shed, so they do.
All of their skin comes off. Flaky skin. So
yes, they're hypoallergenic, but guess what is also hypoallergenic? A scorpion.
Yes.
Do people just hang out with scorpions at the park? I'm including Klaus Meine of the band Scorpions.
There you go.
Listen, Steven Seagal, we don't think of him as offering emotional support to anyone, but
maybe Vladimir Putin he
maybe
does offer that support.
So, but he's kind of like that too. Anyway, additionally, their tendency to wrap and coil themselves around people can feel extremely comforting, like a hug. This is the marketing snakes need, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Right? A hug that in many instances can actually kill you.
Yes.
You know that hug that you can't get out of.
Right.
You know that thing.
Grip,
think about a time
tightening, arms to thy sides.
Think about when you're like a coworker has hugged you too long, or an inappropriate uncle.
The pull away when the arms are still behind you
at the Passover Seder
tough.
2 years ago. You're like, I got to find the Afikomen. Okay?
Let me get out.
You got to get me out of this thing. It's not emotionally comforting to have something hug you in a way that you feel like you cannot get. Yeah, finger tortures. No, they're not good.
Finger trap.
The threat of like a death grip is, to me, not comforting at all. I'm sorry. It's a snake, and you cannot tell me
the
that
guy was lying about it. I don't know why.
It's not hugging you. No. Snakes are hardly the only exotic creatures to be adopted as emotional support animals, Jay. In a 2020 article, The Guardian reported that the category of emotional support pets have basically expanded far beyond that of cats or dogs.
Have they really?
Yeah, they have. Far beyond cats or dogs. I feel like the lobby for having weird animals designated as support animals is just really strong.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's what it is?
They got power.
Maybe they wrapped their snake around emotionalsupportanimals.com's webmaster and said, you better include snakes in here.
Right.
According to the article, Delta noted that passengers attempted to fly with comfort turkeys, gliding possums known as sugar gliders, snakes, and spiders. Comfort turkeys to me sounds like the band that opens for Georgia Florida line, right?
Comfort
turkeys are dicks, man. I'm sorry. They're not comforting at all. They're wild.
They're wild turkeys.
They can peck at you.
Yeah.
They will get you with their beaks if they can. Gliding possums.
If you need a possum to fly, you need to take the bus.
That's it.
I'm just going to say that.
That's it.
You don't deserve to fly.
You don't.
You're not ready to fly.
If you need a possum to fly, you need to just see your family on Zoom.
Right.
That's it. If you need a possum to fly, you got two uncles in jail.
If you need a possum to fly, you are single.
That's it.
Because no one in your life, like in a relationship with you, would allow that to happen.
By the way, this practice has caused controversy, leading multiple airlines to limit the types of animals that are permitted on board.
Yeah.
If you bring a gliding possum on board a flight to Phoenix, then someone's going to have to bring their comfort rat.
Just to deal with their anxiety about your emotional support animal.
And then it's an all-out rodent Armageddon on your goddamn Southwest Airlines flight.
I have issues with they should make everyone aware of what's coming on this plane with you.
By the way, so American Airlines says no ferrets, hedgehogs, amphibians, and reptiles and no goats. No goats.
Yeah.
How do you get a goat on a flight?
It can't fit under the seat in front of you or up in the bin.
Here's one thing about goats I don't know much about goats. They don't sit down.
No.
They don't just hang out and chill for a while. They roam, which is not a good thing when the cart's coming through the cabin, okay?
There's no one invited this in.
Nobody
these
asked
are not
this.
Support animals for you. We need to just draw a line.
I agree. It's just a weird choice. So that's it. That's a show. That's it.
You go.
We should mention at the end of this show, and we talked about this on stereo, been going through it a little bit. Our close friend, Jason Smith, who ran started Starburns Audio. He passed away last week. I guess when this drops on the 5th or the 6th, about a week and a half. So we've been dealing with it. He was a very creative, very innovative, beautiful person. He was really sweet, pushed us to do a lot of really cool things, told us to start doing this daily podcast. So you guys have him to thank for us moving forward and doing this. And he always encouraged us along the way. Was always thinking 10 steps ahead. Just one of the most innovative people we knew. He and our dad were two of the most innovative people.
Both taken too young.
Sadly, no longer here. So I dedicate this show and basically all these shows that we're doing to his spirit, a wonderful spirit, and we are so sad that he's no longer here. Guys, tell the people that you love them. That's what we're going to sign off with, and we'll see you tomorrow. La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da.